Hi again, folks. Derek from Power Professionals again. Our last quick video was on what is an ESCO? What is an energy services company? In this quick video, we're going to go over some of the basics of why would you choose an ESCO over a dedicated installer for a project like power factor or lighting. Well, we've already gone over the economic benefits of an ESCO taking debt off the books, providing a hardware as a service or a solution as a service program instead of requiring working capital. We've already gone over the benefits of converting it from a Class 1 declining balance 10% CCA deduction to a fully deductible project. So we're not going to go into that in depth. What we are going to focus on is the kinds of projects that the average business needs to look at. Now, obviously, businesses of varying sizes and scales don't necessarily require all of these, but what an energy services company will typically look at is the combination of prime generation, cogeneration, or combined heat and power, demand response projects with states or provinces, power factor and power conditioning issues locally, smart energy systems, HVAC and refrigeration retrofits, upgrading constant speed motors to variable speed motors or using VFDs, variable frequency drives when possible, and lighting retrofits, plus more. But an installer will take a look, for example, at a demand response program or a lighting project and only see the demand response project or the lighting project. That's not what an energy services company is supposed to do. This is what you can expect from an energy services company. Almost every one of these projects has a rolling impact on almost every other project to some degree. Sometimes the impact is negligible, but at other times it's not. Here we're taking a look at a business that takes on a lighting project, a retrofit of moving their fluorescent bulbs over to ballast bypassed LED tubes. Now that doesn't really have a material impact on cogeneration or primary generation or demand response initiatives unless they're a business like a warehouse where the majority of their energy expenses are dedicated to lighting. But that lighting can have an impact on power factor, hopefully positive, but can have a significantly negative impact on power conditioning because when you're upgrading a system from fluorescence to LEDs, you are naturally causing harmonics issues in your systems that can fry other electronics. Now, the scale of that distortion, called total harmonics distortion, depends on the size of the business. But it also depends in some cases on who else is connected to your feed. You can be receiving harmonics issues from other neighboring businesses that can impact your business as well. So anyone who's doing a lighting project who works with an installer will get the lighting project done. But they won't necessarily get calculations or measurements related to total harmonics distortion, power conditioning issues that could fry other parts of their business. Here's another example. Here would be a customer who takes on a cogeneration or a primary generation project. Now, a cogen or primary generation project, generally speaking, is a positive step for businesses, particularly when they can use combined heat and power, or for a primary generation where they're looking for a demand response solution. But taking on a combined heat and power solution, if your business is on the borderline of Class A or Class B demand response projects, can be a serious mistake if you take on that work before you actually enter the Class A demand response program in Ontario or other state or province funded demand response programs. You need to take a look at your Class A migration before you implement your CHP project because conservation initiatives are taken into account when calculating demand response incentives. But if you take on your CHP project or your prime generation project to satisfy your electrical requirements before you begin your enrollment in demand response programs, you may not otherwise be eligible. You could also cause serious power factor issues. So if you take on a combined heat and power solution, a cogeneration project, you can be producing a lot of kilowatts for your system and satisfying your core electrical demand. But you may see a massive spike in power factor issues from the utility as they supply kVARs to offset your cogeneration on site. You can also see substantial power conditioning issues if your cogeneration system is being fluttered or flittered, if it's being turned on and off to satisfy momentary demand. And of course, you can also have a significant impact on HVAC systems that require analysis for the onset of cogeneration systems to ensure that you have absorption chillers, for example, for refrigeration instead of using HVAC. So a cogeneration project or a prime generation project is not as simple as just burning some methane, some natural gas to get some kilowatts. It has profound implications that require the services of an ESCO. Here's a project where someone takes on an HVAC, converting their systems to variable frequency drives and does their lighting at the same time. I can guarantee you that this customer who's taking a look at putting a VFD on a rooftop unit or some refrigeration systems and simultaneously upgrading their systems from fluorescence to LED is going to cause significant power distortions with total harmonics issues at their facility. They are absolutely going to need someone to take some power conditioning measurements. And if you just have an HVAC person update your HVAC systems, your rooftop units, or your refrigeration systems with variable frequency drives, you are going to see total harmonics distortions that substantially decrease the life of other equipment or even pop PLC cards in other parts of your facility as you encounter power conditioning issues or power quality issues that become a serious problem. Now, for proof of this, you don't need to take my word. Just Google LED harmonics issues, and you'll see that there are absolutely thousands of blogs, thousands of online articles about these issues as they come up. The average electrician wouldn't necessarily be aware of these issues or how they impact your business. But you can see here that there are all kinds of reputable organizations like Texas Instruments, Power Electronics, EE Publishers, and other energy-related blogs and online websites that take these issues incredibly seriously. You can cost yourself an incredible amount of money by taking on a project with an uninformed installer who does not look at the total system that this is going into. And that's really what this is about, is that your energy consumption is not just kilowatts. Your energy consumption is an energy ecosystem where every change you make in your energy consumption is going to impact some other area of your business. So dollar for dollar, if you're taking a look at using an installer, or if you're taking a look at using an ESCO, if you are going to be paying the same price, and generally speaking you are, you're simply going to get better results with an ESCO, because an ESCO is not an installer. An ESCO manages your energy ecosystem. Give us a call to talk it through if you're considering a significant change to your business, whether it be a lighting upgrade or whether it be power conditioning issues that you may not even know exist. We have business cases to provide. We can talk you through it. You can find us online at www.powerprofessionals.ca. You can send us an email to info@powerprofessionals.ca, or you can give us a call province-wide at area code 905-503-3319.